Good morning. Are these the faces of evil? This morning, British officials identified 19 of the suspects accused of plotting to blow up airplanes headed to the U.S. While in Pakistan, more suspected plotters are under arrest. And with hundreds of flights delayed or canceled and new security guidelines in place, it's already shaping up to be another difficult day for air travelers today, Friday, August 11th, 2006.
From NBC News, this is Today with Matt Lauer and Ann Curry, live from Rockefeller Plaza.
And good morning, everyone. Welcome to Today at 7 a.m. Pacific time on a Friday. I'm Matt Lauer.
And I'm Ann Curry. Good morning, everybody. There were reports that the mastermind of this terror plot was still at large, but an administration official told NBC News this morning that this guy was arrested earlier this week.
That puts some fears to rest. Here is the latest we know on the terror plot this morning. British officials have frozen the assets of 19 of the 24 suspects arrested in that country. The suspects range in age from 17 to 35, many of Pakistani descent, with names of Muslim origin. And London's Daily Mail is reporting that the suspected terrorists wanted to unleash the attacks next Wednesday. That's August 16th, after making a dry run today. You remember in that press conference yesterday, Michael Chertoff said this plot was in the final stages. The conspirators had actually accumulated what they would need to carry out these attacks. So that date does seem to verify that.
And they wanted to stop it before it could possibly happen. Well, here in the United States, the lines are already building this morning. We're taking a look live now at the LAX, where people now know the news. Yesterday, they didn't know, Matt, what they were heading into when the lines were very long. But now people have gotten the word as to what to expect. And hopefully they follow the directives in terms of what they can and cannot take on the plane. The governors of California, New York, and Massachusetts have called out the National Guard to patrol local airports. And the key question right now is how many plotters are still out there? Is it safe to fly? And are these new travel restrictions here for good? We're going to be talking to the president's Homeland Security Advisor, Francis Townsend, about that coming up.
Take a look at this picture. It kind of says it all. A baby at an airport in Scotland holding on to about the only carry-on luggage that can get on board there right now. Baby formula and baby food. We have, as you might expect, correspondents fanned out across the globe this morning, covering everything from the investigation to what this means for you when you travel. Let's start with NBC's Lester Holt at Scotland Yard. Lester, good morning to you.
Matt, good morning to you. The headline is that officials believe they've rounded up all the key players in this. But let me show you the not-so-understated headline in the Evening Standard. Next Wednesday was bombing day. This paper and several others here reporting that United Airlines tickets for today and next Wednesday were found in the home of at least one of the plotters. The first flight to have been a trial run. The Wednesday flight to have actually been an attack. We spoke to Scotland Yard just a few minutes ago. They're not commenting on what evidence they may or may not have. And so while we're learning bits and pieces of the plot itself, we're also learning more about the alleged plotters, being called around here homegrown terrorists, individuals who, in a very unusual move in the UK, have been named publicly even before they've been formally charged. Britain remains on high alert this morning as police continue to mop up the alleged plotters.
This is an ongoing operation. There is no 100% certainty with these things, and we will continue to maintain our vigilance at the highest level.
Some details about the men under arrest are beginning to emerge this morning. One of the suspects is named in the British press as a recent convert to Islam.
This is a trend, but nevertheless, most of the plotters do appear to come from more traditional backgrounds.
Another is a sports lover arrested together with his brother. All are Muslims, aged between 17 and 35, and most are homegrown. While that is worrying many here in Britain, it could help in tracking terror plots in the future.
That's going to make it much easier for the intelligence people and the police to pick up intelligence signatures on people and keep track of them.
This morning, the bank accounts of 19 suspects have been frozen, and in an unusual move, their names published in the Bank of England's website.
Publishing the names of people in that way suggests very strongly that the police are sure of their ground.
Meantime, British airports are trying to get back to normal, but some flights to the U.S. have been canceled. And with the new security measures in place for the foreseeable future, travelers will have to put up with considerable delays.
You can't give in. If you gave in, you'd never go anywhere, you'd never go out.
A handful of flights from London to the United States canceled this morning, but the airports here say they're resuming normal schedules for the most part, including those short-haul flights, which were largely canceled yesterday, but the restrictions still in place. From the UK only, no carry-on luggage. You have to put maybe the contents of your wallet or purse in a plastic bag. A baby bottle is an exception, some medicine, but other than that, everything leaving the UK has to be checked, Matt.
All right, Lester, thanks so much. Lester Holt at Scotland Yard in London for us this morning. It's 5 minutes after 7 o'clock Pacific time. Here's Ann.
Matt, thanks. Even though authorities believe they have a good idea who was involved in the airline bombing plot, two major questions remain. Are any of the plotters still out there? And is this the work of al-Qaeda? NBC's Just correspondent Pete Williams has been covering the story from its inception. Pete, good morning.
As for whether any are still out there, and one of the key figures, a go-between in Pakistan who was in communication with different groups of this London terror cell overseas, we're told was arrested earlier this week. And this is sort of a good news, bad news story. The bad news is that there was a group of terrorists in England who were apparently determined and well prepared to carry out these attacks. But the very good news here is that British investigators had actually penetrated the terror group and had it under extensive surveillance. They were able to shut it down just as it neared the critical stage. This morning, both British and American officials believe all those involved in the terror plot have been rounded up or at least identified, with arrests in England and in Pakistan, where some of the plotters apparently got explosives training. Even so, the FBI director tells NBC News there's no way to be absolutely certain. One reason the terror threat level remains higher despite those arrests.
We always are worried about others out there, and we will continue to investigate this for a number of weeks and months in the future.
So far, though, the FBI says it has not found anyone here in the U.S. connected to the London plot. As for who's behind it, U.S. officials leave little doubt.
This operation is in some respects suggestive of an al-Qaeda plot.
Among the clues, targeting several planes at once. Al-Qaeda tried to do that a decade ago in the Pacific. This intelligence bulletin says the bombs were to be made of peroxide-based explosives used by al-Qaeda in earlier attacks. U.S. authorities say some of the UK plotters recorded martyrdom videos like these to be played after the attacks, another al-Qaeda trademark. And most important, the connection to Pakistan. Investigators say terror contacts there wired money to the UK plotters and may have even been involved in deciding the timing of the attacks themselves and approving the decision to conduct test flights to see if the plotters could get their bomb components past airline security. One other reason the terror threat level remains up and the security restrictions are still in place is that officials want to guard against copycat attacks, Ann.
All right, NBC's Pete Williams this morning. Pete, thanks. It is now 7:07 Pacific time. Here's Matt.
All right, Ann, thanks. The big question for many Americans this morning is it safe to fly? That's what I asked President Bush's Homeland Security advisor, Frances Townsend, a little earlier this morning.
We always assume that we didn't get everybody, and we continue to follow all leads around the world, frankly. But it is safe to fly. It's safe to fly because of the extraordinary measures that we're taking at the airport. Some of those are screening, which cause inconvenience. Others are ones you don't see. But we encourage people to continue to fly and to be vigilant, to help authorities focus our efforts.
Let's put this in a little historical perspective. Back in 1994, there was another al-Qaeda plot, although we don't know if this is al-Qaeda, but there was a plot to blow up airliners flying across the Pacific using nitroglycerin hidden in contact lens solution cases. I guess the question is then, in the 12 years since then, why didn't the government move to ban liquids and carry-on luggage before this?
Matt, what I would say to you is I've heard a lot about the analogy to the Bajinka plot, and there is something to make of that analogy. It was a plot against airliners. It was to explode at a multiple simultaneous attack. But it's different, and I'm not going to give you the recipe that these guys were going to use, but what I will say to you is we're adapting, just as they adapt their techniques, we adapt our screening procedures. It's not as though we've done a lot on airline security over that period of time. We've got curb to cockpit and screening, so we do a lot now, but we adapt our procedures as they adapt their techniques.
Right, and I would say there is a lot of progress that has been made, but a federal investigation earlier this year by the Government Accountability Office found that it was fairly easy to get explosive material through security at 21 airports across the country. So the question is the technology available, and do the screeners have enough training to stop this kind of an attack?
Airport and aviation security is our highest priority. But, Matt, today's a day that we're stepping back and we're focused on this investigation, the successes, and what more needs to be done to protect the American people.
We've heard from the White House in the past, Ms. Townsend, that al-Qaeda in some ways has been decimated, that their command and control has been severely damaged by al-Qaeda members who've been killed or captured. We're hearing about the leaders hiding in caves, and yet we've got the Madrid bombings, we've got the London bombings, we've got bombings in Indonesia, we've got this plot that may have al-Qaeda's stamp on it. So the question is, have we overstated the progress we've had against al-Qaeda?
Absolutely not. We have eliminated, by and large, much of the command and control structure that existed in al-Qaeda at September 11th. We've denied them the safe haven of Afghanistan. But this is an ongoing war. You heard the president say we're safer, but we must not take comfort in that. We must continue to be vigilant. We must continue to work with our allies, and we must continue to fight this war, understanding that they try to plot against us to kill Americans every day.
President Bush's Homeland Security Advisor, Frances Townsend, from a little earlier this morning. It's 7:10 Pacific time. Once again, here's Ann.
Matt, thanks. Today's day 2 of stepped-up security at the nation's airports in an attempt to keep liquid explosives off airplanes. We have 2 reports on this topic. NBC's Tom Costello is at Reagan National Airport outside Washington, and George Lewis is at LAX in Los Angeles. Tom, let's start with you. What's the headline there today?
I think the headline, Ann, is that things are going remarkably smoothly this morning, much better than yesterday morning. Take a look inside the terminal here at Reagan National Airport just after 10 a.m. on the East Coast. And indeed, you can see that there are very few people in the terminal itself. I went down to the TSA checkpoint. I would say maybe a 15-second delay this morning. It was busier earlier this morning, but not dramatically different than what you see right now. I think the bottom line is that after yesterday, people really have learned to adapt very quickly here when the security paradigm changes, and boy, did it change suddenly.
If you have any liquid cosmetics, deodorant, body spray, creams, toothpaste, hair gel.
It doesn't matter what city you're in or where you're going.
Anything that you put on your face or your body has to be checked inside your bag today.
The new normal has travelers nationwide lightening their load.
My most expensive lotions are now gone.
With the TSA's sudden rule change, the longest lines since 9/11.
I don't think we're going to make it. Line is very long, very long.
And once again, heavily armed police are patrolling the nation's terminals.
I'm sorry, I'm tied up with a subject.
In Miami, the airport's own SWAT team is now fully deployed with automatic weapons and dogs.
We have gone to a higher state of alert at the airport. We have officers manning checkpoints.
But are the new rules, along with the metal detectors, the sniffer machines, the shoe inspections, and security wands, enough to protect the public from a determined terrorist? Veteran airline security experts say no.
We cannot guard it, 1,000%. That's impossible, and there's no pure society or pure equipment that can give us that guarantee.
All the more reason, say the experts, for the public to remain vigilant. Remain vigilant, look for those suspicious packages and somebody who looks like he or she doesn't belong or perhaps seems nervous or edgy in an airport situation. The real test may come on Monday, the Monday morning rush. We'll see how everything plays out here on the East Coast. Back to you, Ann.
All right, NBC's Tom Costello this morning. Tom, thank you. Now let's head over to NBC's George Lewis at LAX this morning. George, how's the new normal playing out there today?
Well, Ann, I think Tom Costello made a good point about people getting the word about the new regulations. Things appear to be moving fairly smoothly this morning here at the American Airlines terminal at LAX. The departure board shows no delays. Of course, we know if you're a frequent traveler, you know that the departure board sometimes reflects reality and sometimes wishful thinking. But so far, things appear to be going normal. There are some new faces today at LAX. Several hundred National Guard troops called out by Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger. They're taking up positions here at LAX, at the other major airports in the San Francisco Bay Area and in San Diego. They're going to help the TSA security people with secondary screening, making sure that passengers adhere to those new regulations that call for no liquids and no gels. There are about 20 flights between here and London Heathrow Airport. They're subject to even more stringent security regulations. Passengers are being told they can't take laptops, they can't take cell phones or devices like this BlackBerry. I, for one, don't know how I'd survive survive without my BlackBerry in a transatlantic flight, but these are the new realities that passengers are having to get used to. They seem to be taking it in a good-natured manner. The security screening appears to be going smoothly, and people have gotten the word. Ann?
All right, George Lewis, thank you so much. It is now 7:14 Pacific time. Once again, here's Matt.
All right, Ann, thank you. These arrests are a huge law enforcement success, but will that translate into political capital for the Bush administration? NBC's chief White House correspondent David Gregory is here with a look at that. And David, it's always tricky when you start to bring politics into a situation like this.
It is, but it's certainly there, Matt. Thanks very much. However bad things are in Iraq, the president's biggest political strength has always been leading the fight against terror. Well, this latest plot gives the White House and Republicans the chance to drive that message home to voters.
The White House wasted no time telling the public the British terror plot posed a direct threat to the United States. Interrupting a campaign event in Wisconsin, the president used some of his toughest rhetoric to date.
The recent arrests that our fellow citizens are now learning about are a stark reminder that this nation is at war with Islamic fascists who will use any means to destroy those of us who love freedom, to hurt our nation.
Just weeks before the 5th anniversary of 9/11, Mr. Bush said the government's counter-terror efforts have made the country safer, but warned the British plot proves there is more to do.
It is a mistake to believe there is no threat to the United States of America.
Events like this have given the White House a boost before. Just days before the 2004 election, Osama bin Laden taped a threatening message, which both the Bush and Kerry campaigns said later helped the president in the polls. What's the political impact of this latest event?
It's absolutely a short-term positive for the White House. Anytime that the conversation is about the war on terror and not the war in Iraq, that is a positive for the White House.
The British terror plot was exposed just one day after a fierce national security debate was reignited by the Connecticut Senate race. White House officials suggested pro-war Democrat Joe Lieberman's defeat in Tuesday's primary helps the enemy.
Osama bin Laden some years ago said that one of the keys is that if you simply stay at terror long enough, the West is too weak. He said the Americans were too weak and would stand down.
Fighting back, the Senate's top Democrat suggested Thursday the Bush administration's policy in Iraq has inspired acts of terror like those being planned in Britain. Senate Minority Leader Harry Reid said in a statement, quote, "The Iraq war has diverted our focus and more than $300 billion in resources from the war on terrorism and has created a rallying cry for international terrorists."
And so you will see Democrats making that argument that fighting the war on terror is vital but has nothing to do with the war in Iraq. Matt, both parties beginning to frame the terms of this debate.
We're going to hear a lot about that, David. Thanks. I know you're wearing two hats for us this morning as our chief White House correspondent, also handling the news headlines. So why don't you take it away?
All right. Thanks very much. And more news to tell you about a warning this morning to Americans in India. The U.S. Embassy is warning that al-Qaeda could be planning terror attacks in New Delhi and Mumbai, formerly known as Bombay, to coincide with India's Independence Day next week. The U.S. is urging Americans there to keep a low profile. The United Nations Security Council could vote on a resolution to end the violence in the Middle East as early as today. This morning, multiple explosions could be seen and heard in Beirut's southern suburbs. Israeli warplanes fired missiles on neighborhoods considered Hezbollah strongholds and a busy bridge at a border crossing into Syria. More than a dozen people were killed. A court appearance Thursday in Ohio for two men suspected of providing support for Hezbollah. The 20-year-old college students who are American citizens face charges of money laundering and soliciting to support terrorism. They were picked up during a traffic stop Tuesday in Ohio. Police say they found airplane passenger lists, $11,000 in cash, and 12 phones in their car. The U.S. military says it has found the bodies of two American servicemen who were missing after a Black Hawk helicopter crashed in Iraq Tuesday. Meantime, oil giant BP says it may be able to keep part of its Prudhoe Bay pipeline open now. The company says that would keep more than a third of the 400,000 barrel a day supply flowing. Earlier this week, the company announced it was shutting down 16 miles of pipeline because of corrosion. Internet gambling company Bet on Sports says it's shutting down its U.S. operations. The move comes after the arrest of its chief executive on charges of fraud and racketeering. It is the strongest typhoon to hit China in half a century, and it's already killed more than 100 people, 41 killed in just one house when it collapsed. The storm made landfall Thursday, destroying more than 50,000 homes. Nearly 200 people are missing. And 3 newborn Siberian tigers made their debut at a zoo in Thailand. Siberian tigers are an endangered species with only hundreds remaining in Asia and Russia. 7:20 now. You're up to date. Back to Matt, Ann, and Al.
And did the old
They were so cute. Did
Yeah.
you think they were cute? Yeah, they were adorable.
Getting the crowd to go, oh.
6 months from now, one of those things has your leg in its mouth. You won't think it's so cute. Anyway.
Oh, that was a left turn.
They get big quickly, you know?
Did not get enough sleep
Good thing it's Friday,
I'm a
huh?
little cranky. We were on the air for a long time yesterday. You've got some rain for our friends down south, right?
Yeah, but, you know. Yeah, but when that rain comes crashing in on you. Anyway, let's take a look, show you what's going on. Again, we do have some severe storms possible from Little Rock, Arkansas, as far east as Charleston, South Carolina. It's dangerous lightning, some heavy winds, flooding rains possible. Rainfall amounts, some areas picking up as much as 3 inches of rain all the way into the southeastern Atlantic coast. That's what's going on around the country. Here's what's happening in your neck of the woods.
Well, good morning to you on this Friday. Here we are headed into the weekend. It's our Vancouver camera, overcast skies, a cloudy and cool start to the weekend. Here's what's going on for the rest of the day. We'll hit 68 by lunchtime, and our high today, just 76 in the northern Willamette Valley, and that's below normal for this time of year. But that's okay because we're going to warm it up the next couple of days. 82 tomorrow, morning clouds and afternoon sun, and your Sunday, sunny and 88 degrees. Have a great weekend.
Weather, Matt.
All right, Al, thank you very much. Still ahead, if you need to fly for pleasure or business, we'll get expert advice on how you can make your trip as painless as possible, even with these new security guidelines. But first, on a Friday morning, this is Today on NBC.
I have never seen anything like this. A dog that walks like a human. Then he is truly a miracle.
My daddy told me where to put your knife.
An 8-year-old's chilling 911 call.
To go.
Next, Oprah.
Today at 4 on News Channel 8. The news-gathering power of News Channel 8 and NBC Nightly News.
From breaking news around the world to the very best in-depth coverage here in the Northwest, join us for NBC Nightly News and Northwest News Channel 8, where the news comes first.
Summer is heating up, and so are the Savings Official's annual store-wide sale and clearance, August 11th through the 14th. Our entire inventory of patio furniture has been red tagged for summer clearance. Teak, cast, outdoor wicker, and umbrellas. It's all on sale. Also, take an additional 10% off indoor furnishings and accessories. Officials, contemporary furnishings for your home and patio. In Portland at the east end of the Burnside Bridge, and in Beaverton at Tannisbourne.
Wow, is that a stuffed crust pizza from Pizza Hut?
Yep, the pizza you eat backwards.
Pizza Hut? Pizza stuffed crust, wow.
Backwards is back. The stuffed crust pizza from Pizza Hut. Melted, delicious cheese stuffed inside a golden brown crust. You just gotta eat it backwards. And it's only $10.99 for a large one topping. That's money back in your pocket. For the pizza you eat backwards, go for the good stuff. Need more pizza? Add any medium one topping for only $5 more.
Time is gold. And that's why Car Chevy World is bringing you a whole new concept in car buying. It's called The Only Price, and it's our lowest price, period. We believe it's the lowest price you'll find anywhere, and we post it clearly on over 8 city blocks of Chevy inventory. It's the easiest way to buy a car since we introduced salaried salespeople, so your buying experience can be as pleasant as your driving experience. The Only Price. Our lowest posted no-haggle price. Only at Car Chevy World.
Still to come on today, federal investigators have known for months that materials for homemade bombs could get past airport security screeners. So why has it taken so long for anything to get done? We'll talk about it.
That's right, the high cost of keeping you safe. That's after these messages and your local news.
Excuse me, Dr. Z, a quick question. What have been the benefits of the merger between Daimler-Benz and Chrysler? Get in.
Benefits? Well, better performance,
more capability, better quality, and more safety features.
Are you really a doctor?
Any more questions?
No, I'm good.
Wiedersehen.
Get employee pricing plus 0% financing on 2006 Chrysler, Jeep, and Dodge vehicles. If not satisfied, simply return it within 30 days.
Come into Old Navy, where every hour on the hour, customers can win one of millions of prizes. Why? I won! It's Old Navy's best week ever. But Erwin Gebbers is not a winner. Erwin decided cooking bacon is more important than winning amazing prizes. Visit your Old Navy store during the best week ever for a chance to win a Chrysler Crossfire, airline tickets, Baskin-Robbins ice cream, CDs, or get great discounts. Don't be an Erwin, be a winner. Visit your participating Old Navy store August 5th through the 13th. You can win during the best week ever.
Want to save more on your home appliances? Then come into Sears and get 12% cash back. Not 5, not 10, 12% cash back on any home appliance over $399. There are more reasons to buy your new home appliances Friday and Saturday at Sears.
We've come to the Caribbean in search of something this family rarely sees. I've heard rumors it still exists, but I don't know. We've tried everything to coax it out into the open. Wait, there it is. She's actually smiling. And then it's gone in a flash.
Don't just take your family on a vacation. Take them on an adventure. Find out how at RoyalCaribbean.com and get out there.
When you need a new vacuum, Starks is the only place to go with the largest selection of vacuums in the Northwest. Summer's the time to get your carpets really clean, and this month all carpet shampooers are on sale.
This is Jim Stark, inviting you to discover the Starks difference at any one of our 8 convenient locations.
Bringing home the beauty of the Great Northwest is easy, thanks to Miller Paint. And when you use Miller Paint, you're using the finest paint you can buy. Paint specifically formulated for Northwest tastes and Northwest climate. Plus, at your nearby Miller Paint store, you'll find friendly, expert advice to help you achieve whatever you envision, along with everything you need to make the right color choice. If you can picture it, you can paint it. Miller Paint, our paint.
When you need a new vacuum, Starks is the only place to go with the largest selection of vacuums in the Northwest. Summer's the time to get your carpets really clean, and this month all carpet shampooers are on sale.
This is Jim Stark, inviting you to discover the Starks difference at any one of our 8 convenient locations.
Flicks on the Bricks every Friday at Pioneer Courthouse Square. This is a News Channel 8 update.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Brenda Braxton. Security is increasing at airports across the country, including PDX, because of concern that beverages may disguise explosives. Today, security screeners are checking for newly banned liquids. Travelers can also expect another check at the gate right before boarding the aircraft. Yesterday, Secretary of Homeland Security Michael Chertoff ordered all airports to ban carry-on liquids starting at 4 o'clock local time. But as News Channel 8 saw yesterday morning, screeners at PDX didn't fully implement that ban until 10 a.m., 6 hours later. Oregon's TSA director says there was never any threat to flyers. Well, it has been a rough Friday commute. Michael Convery is joining us live with an update.
We had some earlier trouble this morning, but at the moment, things have settled down. That's good news. Inbound I-84, just back to a little crowded away from 205. Sunset Highway, we had an earlier wreck, so we're still on the slow side from Sylvan down towards the tunnel. Bruce Sussman's got our forecast.
Well, thanks a lot, Michael. Today, 76. We'll see some clearing later on today. 76 is unusually cool, but tomorrow we go back to about normal at 82 degrees, and Sunday we crank up the heat to 88. That's the way your weekend forecast looks. I hope you have a great Friday. See you in a few minutes with another update.
Ever notice that stores rarely put their most popular products on sale? Well, for a limited time, Sleep Country's best-selling mattresses are all on sale. Save on Sleep Country's top-selling Simmons, Sealy, Spring Air, and Pacific mattresses. Even our best-selling Beauty Rest and Posturepedic mattresses are on sale. Plus, get 12 months interest-free financing. The best sellers on sale for a limited time. Guaranteed comfort, best selection, lowest price.
Why buy a mattress anywhere else?
It's incredible. You've never seen so many sofas for so little. It's Wick's Ultimate Sofa Sale. Introducing sofas as low as $3.99. 100% leather sofas, only $5.99. Reclining sofas, only $6.99. Plus, save big on room packages store-wide. And you've never seen so many choices with no payments till 2008. Whatever you see, take it. It's free till 2008. Our sofas are selling fast. Get to Wick's now. Tuesday, our Ultimate Sofa Sale is so over.
Isn't freedom a wonderful thing? I'm Lou Gentine of Sargento Cheese. And our Sargento Deli slices make it easy for you to enjoy the authentic flavors of sliced deli cheese without standing in line at the deli. Sargento, our family's passion is cheese.
7:30 on a Friday morning. It's the 11th of August, 2006, and there is a new normal at airports all around the world this morning. You're looking at London's Heathrow Airport. There are still disruptions once again today, though not as bad as a day ago. And here in the U.S., the ripple effect, security lines at LaGuardia Airport in New York early on this Friday morning. Pack your patience if you're heading out to fly today. And liquids are banned in carry-on luggage, just another sign of the changing world we're living on. And again, if you're planning on flying in the near future, make sure you get to the airport early, and we're going to tell you about some tips you might want to know before you get there. Meanwhile, back inside our summer studio, and Matt Lauer, along with Ann Curry.
And here's the latest on what we know about the terror plot. The Bank of England has frozen the assets of 19 of the 24 suspects arrested. Authorities say the plan was to smuggle peroxide-based solutions onto as many as 10 transatlantic flights concealed in sports drink bottles, then to mix them on board and detonate them with common electronic devices. One FBI official says if this plot had worked, quote, the world would have stood still.
So is there any way to keep you safe when you fly or use other forms of mass transit? NBC's chief foreign affairs correspondent Andrea Mitchell has more on some of the threats that are facing America. Andrea, good to have you here.
Nice to be here, Matt, but it was hard to get here. That is the issue. Security has improved since we had, of course, 9/11. We are, in fact, safer, but obviously with threats like this, you can never reduce all of the risks. U.S. officials moved quickly to ban almost all liquids and gels from carry-on bags.
Water, sodas, anything like that, put it in your bag or finish it now.
But they've known for months that materials for homemade bombs could get past airport detectors here. Last spring, NBC News reported that federal investigators were able to carry materials needed to make a homemade bomb through security screening at 21 domestic airports. At the time, NBC briefed Governor Tom Cade, chair of the 9/11 Commission, on the results.
I'm appalled, I'm dismayed, and yes, to a degree it does surprise me because I thought the Department of Homeland Security was making some progress on this, and evidently they're not.
But a recent Government Accountability Office report says it will cost more than $22 billion to fully install the best screening equipment at the nation's top 25 airports. At the current rate, the report says those airports won't be fully upgraded until 2024, 18 years from now. And if at least one of the suspects in the British plot worked at London's Heathrow Airport, how well are screeners in the U.S. screened? On that, some improvements since 9/11.
The aircraft screeners, in my view, although they're often criticized and have been criticized by their own GAO reports, I think are pretty effective. If you're a terrorist and you're looking at bringing something through that screening process, it's pretty imposing.
Then there are subways and buses. In most cities, no screening at all. And Amtrak trains, subject to spot checks, but only rarely.
It would be virtually impossible for a city like New York, which has 6.5 million transit rides on subways and trains every day, to give an airplane-type inspection on the trains and subways. It would shut down the system.
Another big worry, ports. Only 5% of huge containers arriving on cargo ships are actually inspected. 37% of containers are screened for radiation as they leave U.S. ports for highways and rails across the nation. Also vulnerable, experts acknowledge, bridges and tunnels. Bottom line, to fully protect America, it would mean all but shutting America down.
We have to take a little bit of risk that someone can get in there and do us harm.
In fact, U.S. officials are considering more travel restrictions, especially since we are told that some of the plotters are still at large. Matt?
It's a little scary, Andrea. Thanks very much. Appreciate it. NBC News terror analyst Roger Cressy worked as a White House counterterrorism advisor. Roger, good morning to you.
Good morning, Matt.
Let's pick up where Andrea just left off. We're talking about technology being out there. It's very sophisticated, but I think Andrea said it would cost $22 billion to equip the major airports. So is this purely a question of money?
It's a question of money, it's a question of resources, and it's a question of managing risk, as Mike Sheehan said in The Spot. How much risk as a society and a nation are we willing to accept? And then you deploy defenses based on that risk management solution.
Let's talk about the risk we've uncovered in this latest terror plot, these liquids that were apparently going to be smuggled on board planes and carry-on luggage. Does the technology exist right now to detect those kinds of liquids at the check-in counter or at the security counter?
Not with a high level of confidence, Matt. That's the reality. TATP, the peroxide-based explosive that may have been used, is not a substance that can be detected with the existing technology that's deployed, and even with technology that's in R&D right now. The question is, can you come up with a solution that looks at really the molecular structure of these compounds as they're being scanned so you can identify if it's an explosive or not? We don't have it readily available now, and it's a vulnerability in our aviation security.
And especially if we're talking about these bomb kits or these explosive kits, you've got separate components. We've all been to the security check-in where they use that puffer. They swab your carry-on luggage. That can't detect this, right?
Well, the puffer system is great for detecting trace explosives, but it's not going to help you with a liquid form of TATP. Now, if a terrorist is really good about getting rid of all traces of the explosive on his body, then the puffer is not going to find it with a high degree of confidence, and that's what we're looking for.
In this plot that's been uncovered in the UK, it is said that one of the conspirators actually worked at Heathrow Airport. So let's talk about what Andrea mentioned in the piece as well. How well have we done in extending screening to make sure we don't have someone who's a security threat working near airplanes?
Matt, I think we've done a good job in expanding the security perimeter, hardening access into the airport. But the problem is the insider threat, people who are authorized to come inside. And if they are someone who is sympathetic to a terrorist organization or part of a plot, they could work on the inside to disrupt and conduct terrorist operations. So that means looking at people who are looking at the air cargo, who are maintenance on the plane, providing other services and support. We've got to do a better job at looking at the insider threat as well.
Bigger picture here, Roger, a question I asked Fran Townsend in our last half hour. Al-Qaeda and the state of Al-Qaeda. We hear a lot about how we've crippled their command and control. But as I said to Ms. Townsend, we've got Madrid bombings, the London bombings, bombings in Indonesia, and now this plot that may have the stamp of Al-Qaeda on it. So have we really diminished their capabilities that much?
We've diminished the capability of the organization that attacked us in 9/11, Matt, but that organization has now morphed, evolved into a global movement. And that movement, in some respects, is more deadly than what we had to deal with on 9/11. You know, in some respects, I hope this London plot has no ties back to Al-Qaeda, because if it does, that means Al-Qaeda as an organization still is effective. And despite all the steps we've taken since 9/11, we've not totally eliminated the threat from bin Laden and Zawahiri themselves.
Is there one major lesson, Roger, that we've learned from what we've seen in Great Britain over the last couple of days that we can apply to life here?
The central lesson, Matt, is a good domestic intelligence service can make a real difference. You have to have that type of intelligence activity inside a country to identify potential threats, to penetrate these terrorist cells, and to ultimately disrupt them. You got to have good information to act upon.
Roger Cressy. Roger, thanks so much for the info. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Matt.
It's 37 after the hour. Let's get another check of the weather from Al.
Today's weather is brought to you by Advil. Advil works wherever it hurts. Advil, the every pain reliever.
We've got an almost brisk, beautiful morning here in the Northeast, but it came at a price last night. Cold front moving through, bringing torrential rain, heavy thunderstorms, power outages, street flooding, a real mess. This is the upper west side of Manhattan, parts of New Jersey and Long Island, all inundated with an inch or two of rain in a couple of hours. Afternoon temperatures around the country. Cool here in the Northeast with temperatures in the 70s and low 80s. Pacific Northwest kind of cool. Rest of the country toasty with hundreds all the way up into the plains. Severe storm today later in the southeast, also in the northern plains. Heat continues in the southwest. Nice and cool in the Pacific Northwest. 69 degrees and sunny in Seattle today. That's what's going on around the country. Here's what's happening in your neck of the woods.
Earlier this morning, it was clear in the central Willamette Valley, but a lot of places now seeing morning clouds. And the morning clouds increasing around the Capitol Mall down in Salem at this point. And that's kind of the trend for the first half of the day, and then we'll do a slow burn off of those clouds. 68 and mostly cloudy at lunchtime, and then 76 and partly to mostly sunny in the afternoon. Just 76 for our high, but the weekend is warmer, 82 on Saturday, and Sunday, 88 degrees. Have a great day.
Matt. All right, Al, thanks so much. Coming up next, tips for travelers, what you need to know if you're planning to fly anytime soon. That's right after this.
Coming in just 1 month.
It's a new day today.
Starting September 13th, Matt, Meredith, Al, and Ann begin a new day on Today, only on NBC.
My baby left for college, and for the mess he left, I needed a pain reliever for my back. Took some classes of my own and got something else for arthritis pain. Went high-tech and needed a headache medicine, too. Every new pain, a different pain reliever. But now Advil is my every pain reliever. Advil works wherever I hurt, and nothing's proven stronger on tough pain. So whatever happens, happens. I'm all Advil.
Are you a scraper? Are you a digger? It's so hard to get the mayo out.
New Best Foods Easy Out, the non-stick, no-waste bottle designed to get every last bit of mayo out.
You can bring out all the best.
Going back to school, going back.
I went in for a great price on colored pencils.
I'm all decked out. I'm going back.
And found something that really lets her express herself.
I got my own style. Going back.
You are gonna love this. Come here. Wow. Three Musketeers. Light, fluffy chocolate with 45% less fat.
Don't even think about it.
Also available in minis.
Only one movie is family entertainment at its best.
Sweet!
Barnyard will make you laugh, cry, and move. You have to see it to believe it. What's up? Barnyard. Rated PG. Now playing everywhere.
Oh, hey. Hi. I'm Digger. Don't mind me. I'm just a dermatophyte. You know, a nail infection. All I want is to get in here and live under your nail. You can't get me with clippers or those surface treatments you try on your own. I'm in too deep in your nail bed. I'll make myself comfortable. Invite a few friends. Settle in.
Do you have thick, discolored, or flaky nails? Millions of people do. It may be caused by an active live infection. That's why you should ask your doctor about prescription-only Lamisil. Unlike surface treatments, Lamisil is a pill that works through the bloodstream to target and attack the infection at its source, underneath the nail. In fact, you can start to see clearer, healthier nails in just 3 months. Lamisil isn't for people with liver or kidney problems. In rare cases, serious side effects have occurred in the liver and skin. Your doctor may do a simple blood test. Tell your doctor about other medicines you take, or if you have nausea, vomiting, appetite loss, skin yellowing, or rash. Ask your doctor about Lamisil. Once daily Lamisil tablets. Get your nail infection where it grows.
Almay Skincare with Botanicals. 3 essential steps expertly formulated to work together. 93% of women who used it saw healthy-looking skin in just 1 week. Find it only in the Almay section of the cosmetics aisle.
Sunday night football, it's the game of the week.
Let's go. Sunday prime time, game time. Bring your A game, baby, 'cause it's all on the line. Yeah.
Get ready for Sunday Night Football as the Redskins take on the Bengals. This Sunday night on NBC.
We're back now at 7:42. Whether you're flying for business or for pleasure, you will want to be prepared before you head to the airport these days. Well, Peter Greenberg is today's travel editor, and he joins us now with some tips. Peter, good morning.
Good morning.
A lot of people are very overwhelmed with all that's going on, so let's take a deep breath. Let's get down to basics.
Sure.
What is the biggest change that travelers will be facing now with this news?
Well, in this country alone, it's the liquids. It's what you can't bring on your plane. And we've got some here to show you. I mean, all this here is banned stuff. In England, that's the confusion on the flights going to and from the United Kingdom. Everything is banned as a carry-on item except basic travel documents. You can't bring a laptop. You can't bring an iPod. No electronics, no PDAs, no nothing. We haven't gone that far yet in this country.
So what, in terms of, in addition to what you can carry on, people also need to, before we get to this, need to also think about how soon they have to get to the airport. I mean, there's some serious issues regarding just the delays. What's your best advice? Because we heard from Janet Shamling this morning, I think it was Janet, or maybe it was Tom, that actually so many people arriving early created even a bigger problem.
Well, there's early and then there's early. There are some people who are arriving 8 hours early for a flight. That's a little overkill. But the point is, on a Friday, generally, you want to get there about 3 hours early. That's up from an hour. That's up from 2 hours it used to be before. And you also, for international flights, do not kid yourself, get there 4 hours early because they're looking at everything. Not just flights to London, every international flight.
Okay, so now let's talk about what you can bring on. We're talking about bare bones.
This is bare bones in this country in terms of what you can bring in your carry-on. All of these items here are banned. Okay, except for the prescription drugs, which I'll talk about. No sodas, no water, no juice, no hair gel. Somebody must have gone to my dad's medicine cabinet. No Old Spice.
But perfume, any sort of liquid
cologne,
in general.
toothpaste, anything like that. And what I'm suggesting people do is get plastic bags. Don't wait for the airport to give you a bag. That's what's going on in London with bigger bags. Bring your own sort of sealing lip, Ziploc bags, but don't just bring one. Bring two, because you're going to be checking this in your bags, and you don't want it to spill or get crushed and overflow. So two, double bag it, just like you're doing at the grocery store.
So when you say banned, you only mean banned in carry-on. You can definitely check all of this material, and we also need to say that there are some liquids that are being allowed on flights.
Yes,
for example,
baby formula, but be advised that parents will be asked to taste it in front of a screener.
Even on a domestic flight?
Absolutely.
Really?
Yes, they're asking that as well.
And medication, a lot of people are worried about medication.
Yes, you should bring your medication in your carry-on bag, but also bring a copy of your prescription and make sure the label on that prescription drug matches your name.
Okay. Also, you say that there's some basic fundamental things. For example, if you can't bring a bottle of water and you can't bring, even we heard yesterday that even ketchup was taken away from somebody who brought some food on.
And that brings up the next issue. Eat before you get to the airport, because we all know airlines are not really serving a lot of food these days, so people have been basically getting into buying food at the airport and bringing it on the plane. Guess what? You might be able to buy that Big Mac, but you can't bring the ketchup. You can't bring a liquid. So that's being taken away at the gate. There's a secondary check at the gates.
You say be a minimalist.
You better be a minimalist. But here's the problem about being a minimalist. If we're putting everything in checked bags, the airlines are having a problem right now because there's a capacity issue. Even though no one's being charged right now additional costs for those extra bags that you have to check in because you had to put things in those bags now, the airlines physically cannot continue to carry those bags, so a lot of people are not getting their bags on the flights they're on. What a surprise. Airlines losing bags.
So we actually need to change the way we pack actually in the future, because eventually I think it would probably be fair to assume that the airlines may actually charge us for all that extra
believe me,
bag.
the airlines are looking for every piece of revenue they can get. They will. Right now they're not, but that's only temporary.
You also earlier said to arrive earlier, at least
Correct.
3 hours before a domestic flight, 4 hours before international flights.
And by the way, that's going to change as Americans adapt. As you saw from Tom Costello's piece and also Janet's piece in Chicago, people are getting smarter now. We are adapting very, very well to the new rules. So much faster than most people might think.
So actually the time may shrink over time.
Absolutely.
Also, you say try to be the first on the flight. Now, how do you do that?
Well, it's actually the first flight. Earlier better than later. Yeah, don't be. No,
you're saying first in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
Don't go later in the day. Go early in the morning, because why?
Well, first of all, you have operational delays that have nothing to do with what's going on right now in terms of security. With weather alone, yesterday at LaGuardia, when I landed last night at LaGuardia, there were 600 people sleeping in the terminal who couldn't even get out last night.
So really, actually, what happens is that these delays just build up and build up the longer you go.
Correct.
Okay. Also, you say that if it's possible, and you're in this environment now, and you're thinking about you have to travel tomorrow, the next day, in these weeks leading up to 9/11, which I know people are worried about, is it possible for the airlines to let you rebook without penalty if you just decide you don't want to play this game anymore?
Sure, it's not only possible, they're doing it, but every airline has a different policy. You need to check with your airline individually. For example, British Airways is allowing you to rebook your flight with no penalty or fees up until December 1st. American will do the same thing for you up until September 1st. And keep in mind, if you were going through London, they will allow you to rebook your flight through another hub like Paris at no change, but you get one change between now and September 1st. You can't keep changing.
All right. Well, Peter Greenberg, this is very important information. Thanks for spelling it out for us. It's a pleasure also to see you.
Thanks.
And we'll be right back with much more after this.
What's that? That's my Easy Button. What's it do? That's it? Oh. Can I have that? Nope.
It's time to get organized for back to school. Now get Elmer's glue for just 9 cents. Staples, that was easy.
Yeah, I heard that Silk Soy Milk can do this, do that, do the other. Margaret went on and on about the heart health benefits and soy protein. And I said, it's healthy. Listen, I get it. I'll drink it. Okay?
That's when it occurred to Molly. Febreze tackles odors in sports equipment, so why not take freshness the whole 9 yards? Febreze, spray on, freshness lovers, spray on.
Why stop my life to test my blood sugar? Isn't there an easier meter that fits into my busy life? I test myself every day. Can't it be more simple?
Only Bayer can bring you a meter this easy, this accurate, and this complete. Contour's unique test strips eliminate the need for coding and sip in a tiny amount of blood for easy sampling, making it the simple way to get fast, accurate readings.
Don't I have enough to think about?
Easy accuracy. Answered by Bayer.
To keep you going strong, choose GNC Women's Ultra Mega Bone Density Formula Multivitamin, featuring MBP, a protein complex from milk clinically shown to support natural bone building. At GNC, we believe a quality life starts from within. Live well.
If you have allergies, discover Alivert Refreshing Mint. The instant it touches your tongue, it dissolves into action. And you know allergy relief is on its way. Alivert Refreshing Mint. Experience the relief.
All of us have internal plumbing. But for some of us with frequent bladder urges, doing errands also means knowing where all the bathrooms are along the way. The worry your pipes might leak means you don't always detour from your route. But you can take another direction. Talk to your doctor about how to take care with Vesicare. Vesicare, once a day, can reduce urges and may help effectively manage bladder leakage day and night. If you have certain types of stomach, urinary, or glaucoma problems, do not take Vesicare. While taking Vesicare, if you experience a serious allergic reaction, severe abdominal pain, or become constipated for 3 or more days, tell your doctor right away. Common side effects are dry mouth, constipation, blurred vision, and indigestion. A chance to follow a whim, not always your urges. It's not just a pipe dream. Ask your doctor today if Vesicare is right for you.
Still to come on today on this Friday morning, they have some exotic names like acai and noni and yerba mate.
I know.
They're
Fancy names.
superfoods, but can they really live up to the billing? Some of the claims are extraordinary. We'll find out coming up.
Plus, there's already a huge crowd building outside our studios here in Rockefeller Plaza for a live concert from teen R&B star Chris Brown. He is really big, Matt. We're going to take a listen to him coming up, but first, we're looking news.
Wow, Jane looks fantastic.
Hi, guys. Coffee? Yes. And this and this.
You look amazing. What have you been doing?
Eating breakfast. Really? Yeah, the Special K breakfast. Full of Special K red berries, fruit, and coffee. It's less than 250 calories for all this.
Research shows women who eat breakfast like the Special K breakfast weigh less. Exercise and a healthy lifestyle are an important part of any diet.
All the same. Yeah, me too.
Take back breakfast today with the Special K breakfast.
Want to save more on your home appliances? Then come into Sears and get 12% cash back. Not 5, not 10, 12% cash back on any home appliance over $399. There are more reasons to buy your new home appliances Friday and Saturday at Sears.
No matter what you love, all you need is a Chase Rewards card.
Everybody loves to earn free rewards. Find the card you'll love at ChooseChase.com.
Work on that left hand.
Thanks for the jest, Mom.
Simple, everyday moments can be the perfect time to talk to your kids about not smoking. So you don't have to plan a big discussion.
Look, there's a dragonfly on one of the roller coasters.
Is your leg? A little moment will do just fine. Talk to your kids about not smoking.
Smoking cigarettes can hurt your game, too.
They'll listen.
Don't worry, Dad. I won't.
For conversation starters, log on to philipmorrisusa.com.
At 6'4", 220 pounds, Bob's a formidable man. But he was no match for something less than 1/millionth his size. It KO'd Bob so fast, he didn't know what hit him. It was a clot. Like Bob, if you've been hospitalized with heart-related chest pain or a certain type of heart attack, what doctors call ACS, chances are you've had a clot. But now, Bob's doctor is helping increase Bob's protection against heart attack and stroke by putting Bob on Plavix. Plavix, in combination with aspirin and other heart medicines, helps provide greater protection against heart attack and stroke than aspirin and other heart medicines alone by helping keep blood platelets from sticking together and forming clots.
If you have a stomach ulcer or other condition that causes bleeding, you shouldn't use Plavix. When taking Plavix alone or with some medicines, including aspirin, the risk of bleeding may increase. To minimize this risk, talk to your doctor before taking aspirin or other medicines with Plavix. Additional rare but serious side effects could occur.
Ask your doctor about Plavix today, because no matter how formidable you are, you're no match for a dangerous clot. If you take Plavix with aspirin, continuing to do so will help increase your protection against a future heart attack or stroke, beyond aspirin and your other heart medicines alone. You may be feeling better, but your risk never goes away. Help stay protected. Stay with Plavix.
All right, well, let the vacation begin.
That's right.
Awesome. Don't get stuck with the wrong hotel. Send in the experts at Hotels.com and get the inside scoop on over 25,000 properties with virtual tours, side-by-side comparisons, and even customer reviews. So log on or call now.
Get down from there!
Hotels.com. We know hotels inside and out.
Tonight, terrorists targeting airliners bound for America. Who are these would-be suicide bombers? A hardball special investigation. MSNBC tonight.
This is Today, watched by more viewers than any other morning news program ever.
Our commitment is to be everything to everyone looking for a good night's sleep.
We have the best prices from entry level to ultra luxury.
Innersprings, foam, air beds, latex, memory foam, or adjustable beds, no one beats our price, quality, service, or selection.
We challenge any dealer, anytime. Mattress World's hard-to-find locations will save you money.
It's not too late to sleep like a baby. Mattress World.
We can't beat any price on any comparable mattress, and the mattress is free.
Wow, is that a stuffed crust pizza from Pizza Hut?
Yep, the pizza you eat backwards.
Pizza Hut? Pizza stuffed crust. Wow.
Backwards is back. The stuffed crust pizza from Pizza Hut. Melted, delicious cheese stuffed inside a golden brown crust. You just gotta eat it backwards. And it's only $10.99 for a large one topping. That's money back in your pocket. For the pizza you eat backwards, go for the good stuff. Need more pizza? Add any medium one topping for only $5 more.
News Channel 8 weather on KGW.com. This is a News Channel 8 update.
Good morning, I'm Brenda Braxton. A standoff in the Columbia Gorge ended in an arrest just before 5 o'clock this morning. It lasted for almost 12 hours at the Memalou State Park along I-84 just west of the Dalles. A man refused to come out of a trailer, and at one point he was holding a woman and children inside. They're now safe. Police arrested that man, but won't say yet what charges he's facing. Now with an update on the Friday commute, here's Michael Convery.
All right, thanks, Brenda. The last thing you want to hear is delays in getting to the airport, but that's what we've got this morning. We've got a paving project underway along Airport Way to the east of 205, and that's backing it up on the ramps trying to go from 205 northbound here onto Airport Way. And also there's delays 205 south, again, coming off the Glenn Jackson Bridge, trying to get down to the off-ramp for Airport Way. Bruce Sussman's got a look at your forecast.
Boy, what a hassle. You can't even get to the airport. Then you get there, I'm sure the security line's just a mile long. Anyway, here's what's going on. Partly sunny skies today, later on, 76 for a high, and then we're going to warm it up for the rest of the weekend. 82 on Saturday, Sunday, 88. And at night, keep your eyes peeled for the Perseid meteors. That meteor shower peaks out this weekend. Have a great Friday.
It's Meyer and Frank Macy's one-day sale. This Saturday, get many lowest prices of the season just in time for school. Juniors get all your must-haves for under $25. Save 50 to 60% on clothes for kids. Tools of the trade 12-piece cookware set, $49.99. Shop early for morning specials until 1 p.m. One-day sale. Shop Saturday and save store-wide. Meyer and Frank Macy's. Way to shop.
Summer is heating up, and so are the Savings Official's annual store-wide sale and clearance, August 11th through the 14th. Our entire inventory of patio furniture has been red tagged for summer clearance. Teak, cast, outdoor wicker, and umbrellas. It's all on sale. Also, take an additional 10% off indoor furnishings and accessories. Officials, contemporary furnishings for your home and patio. In Portland at the east end of the Burnside Bridge, and in Beaverton at Tannisbourne.
The son of a police officer, Mike Erickson learned the value of honesty, hard work, and helping others. Erickson used these values to build a business into one of the fastest-growing companies in America. Today, hundreds of companies come to Mike Erickson for help in cutting costs and operating more efficiently. Mike Erickson, successful businessman, community leader, problem solver, and just what we need to bring real change to Congress.
I'm Mike Erickson, and I approve this message.
8 o'clock now on a Friday morning. It's the 11th of August, 2006. And let's just stop for a second and look at the size of the crowd that is across the street between 49th and 48th Street on Rockefeller Plaza. It's enormous. This is like Ricky Martin. These guys are here for a singing sensation, a teenager named Chris Brown. This is the first single, Run It, from his first album. When it was released, it shot to the top of the Billboard Hot 100 list. Not bad for a young man who was discovered in a Virginia gas station, I think. His father worked there, right, exactly. And he's going to bring his R&B sound to our plaza in just about a half an hour from right now.
That's the way he rolls.
You know what? There are more people actually who have come to see this concert than our plaza can actually hold. And that is a very rare event.
Very few people know that David Gregory runs the White House press party dance room.
David, do it again one time. Do it one more time, David.
Little music for David. Come on.
This is my era, man.
One more move.
I grew up in L.A. I love it.
Oh, my eyes. My eyes.
Oh, yeah. Little blue-eyed soul.
David's going to be rolling with it out on the plaza in our next half hour. Meanwhile, I'm Matt Lauer, along with Ann Curry and Al Roker. And coming up, we're going to be talking about the shifting bottom line.
That's right, and really what we're talking about is how your financial goals should really change as you age, because your needs when you're in your 20s or your 40s or when you're retiring are very different. We're going to get some expert advice this morning to make sure that we all take good care of our money.
And then we're going to be checking out superfoods, you know, all these organic foods that supposedly have all sorts of healing powers. But are they really as super as they claim? And do they lose their powers if they're around green kryptonite? I don't know, you know. And do they have a fortress of solitude? I don't know.
So how super can they be?
Right,
exactly.
Honestly.
All right, we'll talk about those. Also, we're going to celebrate a birthday. It'd be 40 years until Willard could celebrate it. But the bikini is turning 60.
Looks pretty good.
Looks darn good in middle age, if you ask me. We're going to take a look back at the origins of the itsy bitsy teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini.
Wow.
David, you didn't have any reaction to that one, I noticed.
No.
You weren't dancing and grooving to that. Anyway, David Gregory's up from Washington. He's our chief White House correspondent, although he's got some good moves, and he's got the headlines of the morning.
He
David?
does, some very serious news.
All right, Matt, Ann, and Al, thanks very much. Pakistan says it has arrested at least 7 suspects in connection with the airplane terror plot in the UK. This after British officials say they have 24 suspects in custody in the UK. Meantime, security remains at its highest level there. NBC's Lester Holt is at Scotland Yard with the latest on the investigation. Lester, good morning.
David, good morning. They call it threat level critical here. They are remaining at that level despite the fact they believe they have all the ringleaders. They've got 24 people now in custody after a series of raids on Thursday here in London and the nearby area, as well as the town of Birmingham. 19 of those people now have been identified in an unusual release. The Bank of England published the names of the 19 after a move was made to freeze their assets. And with those names published, we're learning little snapshots of some of them. There's a father-to-be, there's a pizza worker, there's a pair of cricket-loving brothers, even a woman with a 6-month-old child, beginning to form this picture now of who the alleged plotters are. Apparently, officials decided to move against them after following this plot for about 8 months. They decided to move after receiving indications that the group might try and do a trial run in the next couple of days. In the meantime, at the airports today, things are slowly resuming to business as usual. If you consider business as usual, no carry-on luggage allowed. There have been a handful of flights, long-haul flights to the United States that have been canceled today, but British Airways says they're running about 70% now of their short-haul flights, and they expect things to get better over the days. David?
Lester Holt in London this morning. Lester, thanks very much. Now to one of this nation's busiest airports where the ripple effects from the foiled terror plot are being felt here as well. NBC's Janet Chamlian is at Chicago's O'Hare Airport this morning. Janet, good morning to you.
David, good morning. And here at O'Hare, flights are pretty much running on time today, but the lines are long. Not just here at the security check-in, but right over here where people are checking their luggage. Because there are fewer items allowed in carry-ons, the ticket counters are very busy. And in fact, several of the airlines have waived the charges for a third bag. Normally, only 2 are allowed. This is a very early crowd as well. The first flights leave here at 6 o'clock. Usually the crowds start about 4. Today, people were here at 3, and a lot of them at 3. While yesterday there were long lines and a lot of confusion, today, as you can see, the lines continue. But, David, the public seems much more prepared, and they've heeded the warnings. David?
Going to be a long day. Janet Chamlian at Chicago's O'Hare this morning. Thanks very much. In other news, the U.S. Embassy in India is warning Americans there of possible terror attacks in New Delhi and Mumbai. The Indian government confirmed it has information about possible attacks, but is not providing details yet. The U.S. is pushing for a vote on a Mideast resolution today at the United Nations. Meanwhile, this morning, Israel launched airstrikes in Beirut and northern Lebanon, knocking out a key bridge to Syria. Hezbollah fired back, shooting more than 150 rockets across the Israeli border. 2 Arab American students, I should say, in Ohio are accused this morning of supporting terror. The men were in court Thursday facing charges of money laundering. Officials say the men sold cell phones to raise money for Hezbollah. The 2 were found with airline passenger lists, $11,000 in cash, and 12 phones during a traffic stop. New research in the Journal of Science offers a new clue into why Alzheimer's disease affects the aging. Scientists have now discovered cells in the body that clear away the substance that's thought to cause it. But as those cells get old, they stop working. And folks in the New York area are drying out after a major rainstorm blew through late Thursday. Parts of New Jersey and New York City were flooded, shutting down some subway service. Coming up now on 8:07, beautiful day here in the city this morning. Time for another check of the weather and Al.
Today's weather is brought to you by Royal Caribbean. Create your own adventure at RoyalCaribbean.com.
And folks having pictures taken with Ann Curry doing videos. Look at that. Oh. That's very exciting. And we've got these ladies in pink over here from Iowa. Are you friends, sisters, relations? High school girlfriends. That's great. So you left the families at home?
Yes, we did.
Are you getting in trouble?
Yes.
Okay. All right. This is how crazy they are. I want you to turn those signs around. This is freaky deaky out here. Al, we want to have your babies. It's like, oh my God. Well, I'll bring them over here and you can babysit for the weekend. Get me a little break, all right? Let's check your weather, see what's going on. A couple of crew members here will give you their babies soon. Lansing, Michigan, mostly sunny, comfortable, high of 75. And we'll show you severe storms today down through the southeast. Heavy rain and damaging winds. Severe storms also in the plains. Gorgeous in the Great Lakes on into the northeast. We're looking for lots of sunshine through the northwest, and we got heat in the southwest. That's what's going on around the country. Here's what's happening in your neck of the woods.
Good morning to you. It is Friday. We're headed into the weekend, and if you're headed to the coast, temperature's going to be in the 60s all weekend long, a little breezy, too. Gray skies at the Inn at Cape Kiwanda over in Pacific City to start out the morning. Some afternoon sun there. Same trend in the Willamette Valley. By lunchtime, 68 and mostly cloudy, and then 76 for a high temperature today and partly to mostly sunny skies. Over the weekend, we really warm it up. How about 82 on Saturday and 88 on Sunday? Have a great weekend.
Now, coming up, we got a big bash, a big birthday party for the bikini, turning 60 years old. It's a fashion icon. But up next, are those superfoods claiming to fight disease really as effective as some people say they are? We're going to try them out. Find out right after this.
We're here hoping to catch a glimpse of Hollywood's newest it girl. Wait, there she is. More shopping? Oh, she's not gonna like this shot. Did she see me? She saw me. And look, she reads too.
That's it. Give me the camera.
What are you
I'm
doing?
taking the camera.
No,
come on.
Don't just settle for a vacation. Make it an adventure. Find out how at RoyalCaribbean.com and get out there.
Want the secret to healthy skin? It's just below the surface. Introducing the newest Lubriderm Skin Nourishing Lotion with natural sea kelp extract. It helps dry skin absorb and retain moisture, so it's naturally healthy. New Lubriderm Skin Nourishing Lotion with sea kelp extract.
There are moments every mom feels invisible. That invisible mom feeling doesn't have to apply to your hair. Say yes to beautiful without paying the price. Suave.
One hot summer morning, the townspeople awoke to discover drifts of delicious Splenda no-calorie sweetener, offering refreshing relief from the heat. Splenda tastes like sugar because it's made from sugar, so it adds just the right touch of sweetness to your favorite beverages, but without all the calories to spoil the joy. That's the magic of Splendaville.
Everything kids must have. Plus, everything they gotta have.
Back to school. Hey, I'm all checked out. Back.
Dear Dr. Z, is there really German technology in my Chrysler 300C?
John, every Chrysler uses the best of American and German engineering and design. This 5-link rear suspension is only one example. They add small links for better performance and handling. Cool. What would you expect? We invented the automobile. Auf Wiedersehen.
Get employee pricing plus our 30-day return program on Chrysler 300. If not satisfied, simply return it within 30 days.
And this morning on Today's Health, we're talking about superfoods, exotic fruits and plant extracts that have been around for centuries but are now hitting a supermarket shelf near you. And no matter whether you can pronounce these things or not, the people who are producing them are making some extraordinary claims.
First up, noni. Grown in several tropical regions around the world, including Hawaii, the nabi fruit is said to have healing powers. Some claiming the juice is a cure-all for everything from diabetes to cancer. But others are more modest in their claims.
Noni is a traditional herbal remedy. The Hawaiians believe that noni is a gift from the Creator and that it's a very sacred medicine and it's to be used with respect and reverence.
The next three products are derived from plant life grown in the rainforest of Latin America and produced by companies with names like Dagoba, Sambazan, and Guayaquil. The first product, yerba mate. For hundreds of years called the drink of the gods, the beverage can be consumed hot or cold and happens to be the national drink of Argentina, Uruguay, and Paraguay. The leaves of the mate tree contain vitamins, minerals, lots of antioxidants, and for those of you looking for a coffee substitute, caffeine.
We see mate really taken off in this country because it's a very healthy source of caffeine.
In fact, people drink it daily for clarity, vitality, and energy because it has the same amount of caffeine as coffee, and you get the kick without the crash.
Chocolate, a timeless favorite and for some an obsession. It comes from the seeds of a tropical tree called cacao and elicits passion unlike almost anything else we eat. Long called an aphrodisiac, to millions it's just simply delicious. Now new bars are boasting organic extract with high percentages of pure dark cacao. Their makers citing recent studies that hint it may boost brain function.
Don't ever call chocolate candy. It's made from a bean. It's very high in antioxidants, very high in iron, very high in magnesium. That's why with the recent health studies that are coming out now, dark chocolate, it's actually good for you.
Finally, acai, a dark purple berry grown in the Brazilian rainforest, imported here in frozen pulp form. Many believe it's one of the most nutritional fruits of the Amazon basin. The berry has been called a superfood. But is it?
We're promising that if you try this and you integrate it into your diet on a daily basis, that you're going to feel better when you do it. Acai is a whole food that's rich in antioxidants, rich in omega fats, which are great for your energy levels. The taste, it's a combination of red wine and chocolate. It tastes amazing. It's good for you. It's perfect.
Samantha Heller is going to help us sort out fact from fiction. She's a contributor to Health Magazine and a senior clinical nutritionist at New York University Medical Center. Hey, Samantha, nice to see you. These going to make me feel better, or are they going to just make the bottom line look better for the companies that produce these?
Well, all of these products do have some health-promoting capacities and components in them, but some of them have some things we have to watch out for, too.
Acai, okay, this is one of the ones we talked about. What exactly is it?
Acai is a berry, indigenous to the Brazilian rainforest. It's packed with antioxidants. It actually does have some healthy properties. We don't know how it affects humans, however. There's not any studies done on that.
Well, shouldn't we know that?
Well, we know it's a plant, and berries are really good for you, and it does have these antioxidants that we like. It's sold in pulp form or as a drink, which is diluted with other fruit juices.
And people talk about the taste of it as being somewhere between chocolate and wine. What do you think?
Well, let's see what you think.
It's actually really good.
Yeah, and this is, I think, one of these is mango, one of these is strawberry. So it's mixed with other juices. All berries are good for you, so.
Well, so am I getting more from acai than I would get from blueberries or blackberries, or I just feel more exotic
we
drinking
probably feel a little more exotic and are spending a little more money.
Okay.
But certainly our regular vegetables and fruits are pretty good, too.
Yerba mate, what exactly is it?
Yerba mate is a plant, a tea that they drink in South America the way we drink coffee. It's traditional. They drink it, they brew it in this gourd here. It's drunk at a very hot temperature. It has vitamins and minerals. The South American cowboys drank it for the nutrients, the potassium, the phosphorus, the iron over time. And it does have caffeine and other stimulants, so you will get a kick.
All right, and so it's got vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, caffeine, as you said.
Yep.
There has been a report where it could possibly be connected to a certain kind of cancer,
well, actually, there's several research studies showing that it is suggested people who drink it chronically, like they do in South America, have increased risk of head and neck cancers. So we don't want pregnant women drinking it. We don't want children drinking it right now.
And if you do recommend someone trying it, how much would you put in your diet on a daily or weekly basis?
Well, the content in different products will vary. Obviously, the brewed tea is going to be much stronger than a beverage.
Okay. Noni, which can I tell you right now, the fruit, when it ripens, stinks.
It's
I mean, it's like blue cheese. We've got some noni extract here. And it's really nasty smelling. What would that do for me?
Well, the noni plant has been used for over 2,000 years in Polynesian and traditional medicine, and we have to have some respect for that kind of folk medicine. And it's used medicinally. We don't want to drink it recreationally. It is high in potassium. We have to be careful of drug interactions. And the serving is really only 1 to 2 ounces and not a great big glass.
Put it in orange juice. Let me try that.
Right.
And by the way, should we mention that the people who produce this or market it make some fairly outrageous claims? It can cure everything from arthritis to diabetes to cancer.
Right.
So
they make those claims. Not all the companies do. And traditionally, it's shown to have some positive and healing effects, anti-inflammatory, antiviral, antifungal. But we don't have the human studies to back that up in this country. You don't like that, did you?
It doesn't taste that good.
Not
It
so
really
good.
doesn't. All right, and finally, chocolate. I've heard of chocolate before.
You have.
And what should we be looking for
You're so worldly.
I know, in terms of the content of cocoa or cacao in chocolate?
We want at least 70% cocoa in chocolate, and we have some examples here, 59%, 87%. These have heart-healthy plant chemicals in them, and actually a small study just came out in June that said it may even help your skin be healthy. So it's good news for those of us who love chocolate. The darker and the bitterer, the better, so it's not diluted.
Organic, is that important?
No, I love love organic because it's not marketed or farmed with pesticides, and if you can get sustainable agriculture to support the rainforest and the places from which these are harvested, that's great.
All right, so the bottom line is it's okay to experiment with a little of this. Don't go overboard with any of it.
You're right.
All right, and check for interactions and things like
Drug
that.
interactions, certainly.
Samantha Heller, thanks so much. We appreciate it.
My pleasure.
When we come back, we're going to help celebrate the 60th birthday of that, the bikini. But first, these messages.
This will be a timed quiz. You have 5 minutes.
Hey, got a pencil.
Number your papers from 1 to 10.
Can I borrow a piece of paper?
Quiet.
Sorry. Protractor.
Get ready for school. Find everything from paper and pencils to backpacks and blue jeans, all in one place. No one gets back to school like Kmart.
Hey, can I borrow your jacket? No.
This summer comes the film Newsweek calls a true story you'd never expect and won't forget. Uplifting. 4 stars. World Trade Center, rated PG-13. Now playing.
For every drop of yourself you give, get every drop back. We offer over 80 ways to hydrate, energize, nourish, relax, or enjoy every drop of life.
What are you doing?
I'm on the web.
Doing what?
Searching for a pot pie recipe on Ask. They have tools like these binoculars. You can see the websites before you go there. And it saves time.
Oh, that's nifty.
You know, if you think about it, without tools, we'd just be... well, you know.
Animals in pants?
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
Use tools. Feel human. Search better on Ask.
Almay Intense Eye Color. Shadow, liner, and mascara. In expertly coordinated shades for your eye color. It's the color of your eyes intensified. Only at Almay.
I'm gonna need all this.
Not that much, Slugger. This'll do it.
Less is more with Charmin Ultra. You can use less because it's more absorbent than the regular quilted brand.
Charmin Ultra!
Yaris. From Toyota.
This summer, the itsy bitsy teeny weeny little polka dot bikini is celebrating its 60th birthday. The skimpy two-piece bathing suit debuted in 1946 and has been making a big splash ever since.
The two-piece bathing suit had been around since very early days in Greek and Roman baths. However, the idea that a woman could actually sport this unique two-piece and bare her navel and midriff in such a scandalous way very much represented an empowerment, I think.
At the turn of the century, you could not show skin. It was forbidden to show skin. If they're wearing long dresses to play tennis, then they're doing the same thing on the beach.
I just think it would be impossible to be comfortable in that.
Very cleverly, the inventor of the bikini, Louis Réard in Paris in 1946, named this new two-piece garment after a nuclear test in the Pacific on the island of Bikini Atoll. So hence, this new two-piece garment got its name, the birth of the bikini. His two-piece was the smallest possible swimsuit, and it had to be small enough to fit through a wedding ring to be able to be called a bikini.
It's become a way of summer. It's become like a meaning of summer.
The bikini was an absolute bombshell in many ways. It was a very scandalous garment, and many countries, in fact, banned this garment as being far too risque to wear. The Vatican denounced it as being immoral. Bridget Bardot in 1955, frolicked in her bikini beautifully in God Created Woman.
And this movie, not only did he create woman, he created this incredibly provocative new style of woman.
When you wear a two-piece bikini, it's like you're half naked, so it could be better than that.
And this is our Easy Angel Club.
We're supposed to be in this modest era. We're the happy homemaker. We're supposed to be Betty Crocker. We're not supposed to be wearing these scantily clad bikinis. The song, the Itsy Bitsy Teeny Weeny Bikini that, came about in the 60s, put the bikini on the world stage.
My mom's bikini back in the 1960s even had the wiring in it to sort of maybe girdle you in a little bit. I don't know. Sorry, Mom.
In 1965, it was almost square not to wear a bikini. And so the bikini became this huge sensation. All you had to do was pull one string and it was gone. Really, the bikini started taking off with Dr. No.
With Ursula Andress in 1962, coming out of the water with her fabulous white bikini on.
That's the name of the game.
The greatest story about Annette Funicello is that she really wanted to wear the bikini in Beach Party. She asked her Uncle Walt, she said, please let me wear the bikini. And Uncle Walt did not think the respectable woman or his, musketeer should be wearing this provocative suit.
In the 1980s, the bikini became quite sporty.
So we started with the one-piece, the two-piece, the bikini, the monokini, the tankini, and the thong. And with the thong, there is no more illusion. We know exactly what's there, and everybody can see it.
It's quite interesting that in the 90s, we even see how much the bikini has moved on.
Strike a pose.
I think we all remember Pamela Anderson getting married in her white bikini on the beaches of Mexico to Tommy Lee. We're now bearing so much skin in a very acceptable way at all ages.
The bikini's held to so much mystery. It's not the naked human body, it's the ultimate shield.
I love it. Wouldn't want to go any other way to the beach.
Love it or hate it, the bikini is here to stay.
I believe in miracles. Where from?
The bikini is here to stay. Any thoughts, gentlemen?
None that I can get away with.
I don't think anybody works that thong well. I think male or female. Just call it a day.
I think that's true.
You just see progressively less of the bathing suit and the bikini as the years go on.
The cooler ones, though, wear the bikinis with the bottoms are a little bit more like boy shorts. I mean, it's bikini here with the boy shorts here. Just FYI.
I'm not going into this. I'm just not.
Okay, anyway.
It'll show up in some magazine somewhere.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and you in a Speedo.
Don't even go there. Chris Brown takes to our plaza in our next half hour a concert with a crowd you won't believe. Right after these messages in your local news.
For a limited time, Sleep Country's best-selling mattresses are all on sale. Save on Sleep Country's top-selling Simmons, Sealy, Spring Air, and Pacific mattresses. Plus, get 12 months interest-free financing.
Why buy a mattress anywhere else?
Ludeman's gigantic 24th anniversary sale, where only once a year everything is on sale. Toll free 1-800-886-5683 or on the web at ludemans.com.
Bar stools, fireplaces, outdoor living, Ludemans.
Are you looking for hardwood flooring? Do you want it at the best prices in the Portland area? Lumber Liquidators has incredible prices on all types of hardwood flooring, including the 50-year pre-finished Bellawood flooring, plus these deals. 3/4-inch solid oak flooring, only 89 cents per square foot. Laminate floors, only 59 cents per square foot. Pre-finished bamboo flooring, just $1.99 per square foot. Find famous Lumber Liquidators deals at 2245 Northwest Nikolai Street, Portland, Oregon. Call 1-800-FLOORING or visit lumberliquidators.com.
This is Jim Stark, inviting you to discover the Stark's difference.
This is a News Channel 8 update.
Good morning, I'm Brenda Braxton along with Debbie Duran. Another 5 crews are joining the fight against flames on Mount Hood today. The 10 fires together have burned about 400 acres in the Mount Hood and Badger Creek wilderness areas. Lightning started those fires Sunday night, and Highway 35 remains closed between Parkdale and Highway 26 today. Now here's Michael Convery with a final look at the Metro commute.
All right, thanks, Brenda. Again, if you're headed over to the airport this morning, I want to warn you about a paving project that's underway along Airport Way. What you're looking at is 205 North, the traffic coming towards you. You can see that ramp that goes to Airport Way. It's all backed up. It's also backed up on the southbound 205 ramp trying to get to Airport Way because, again, of this paving project that's underway along Airport Way. Bruce Sussman's got a look at your forecast.
Well, thanks so much, Michael. Partly sunny skies today. You know, it's going to take a little while to get to the partly sunny part of the day. 76 for a high temperature. And then for the weekend, we are going to warm it up. 82 on Saturday, Sunday, 88 degrees. And then next week, we slowly start to cool things off. Have a great weekend.
I have never seen anything like this. A dog that walks like a human. Then he is truly a miracle.
My daddy told me with a butcher knife.
An 8-year-old's chilling 911 call.
I have to go.
Next, Oprah.
Today at 4 on News Channel 8.
Selection is like a menu. Every item on it should be a delight. That's what you'll find at Paul Schatz. Drexel Heritage, Martha Stewart, Vera Bradley. It's all here, all with a level of service you won't find anywhere else. So stop by and see our entire selection. If you can picture it, chances are we carry it. At Paul Schatz Furniture, your home. Save now during our store-wide summer sale.
The son of a police officer, Mike Erickson learned the value of honesty, hard work, and helping others. Erickson used these values to build a business into one of the fastest-growing companies in America. Today, hundreds of companies come to Mike Erickson for help in cutting costs and operating more efficiently. Mike Erickson, successful businessman, community leader, problem solver, and just what we need to bring real change to Congress.
I'm Mike Erickson, and I approve this message.
The 2 Action Sports Tours Vans Invitational returns. Kids' tickets are half price to catch all of the world's best action sports athletes. Plus, check out the interactive festival village. Get autographs from your favorite athletes and more. August 17th through the 20th, the Rose Quarter.
Saturday, it's Myron Frank Macy's one-day sale. Juniors get all your must-haves for under $25. Shop early for morning specials until 1 p.m. This Saturday with a Courtesy Day Friday. Myron Frank Macy's. Way to shop.
Tonight, Jay's All New with David Duchovny, Jeff Corwin's Wild Animals, and Niecy Nash goes hog wild.
What happens in Sturgis stays in Sturgis.
Then on Conan, Kevin Nealon tonight.
We're back at 8:30 on a Friday morning. It's the 11th day of August, 2006. And we have got one enormous crowd here gathered on our plaza for a summer concert from teen R&B sensation Chris Brown. Now, I have to say he's 17 years old, and how's this for a compliment? He's already been compared to Michael Jackson and Usher. He hasn't had any formal singing or dancing training, and you know what? Doesn't look like he needs it. This is his single, Yo, Excuse Me, Miss. Second top 10 hit from his debut album, which has already gone platinum. And we're going to get to that concert in just a couple of minutes.
I think we should point out again, Matt, how large this crowd is. I mean, people are crammed in, a lot of very young people, by the way, but they have gone beyond the closet. The closet is actually not big enough for all the people who want to see this concert.
You think there are a lot of young people? I may be the oldest, or Al may be the oldest one here by about 30 years.
You could have said we're the oldest. Thanks for that.
They're very excited, though. It's pretty exciting.
All the young people!
Anyway, we'll hear from Chris on stage in just a couple of minutes.
That's right. We forgot we also tell people that we're going to be doing a little bit later. We are going to be talking about some other topics, including some financial advice as we age, what we should be doing with our money. Gene Chafsky always steers us correctly, and she's going to be doing so again this morning.
That's right, and of course,
also, we had our wedding couples here this week. We remind everyone we're doing the Today Throws a Wedding, where we've got 7 wedding couples competing for the chance to get a dream wedding here on Today. And this week was the first challenge they competed in. It was duet karaoke. Let's just say the performances were out of this world. In every way.
I got you, babe. I've got
A whole new world.
close your eyes.
100,000.
Way down in my heart, even though
apart. If you ever need,
I better shape up, 'cause you need a man.
I need a man. Let the music take your mind.
You will find
Love lift us up where we belong. Egos cry.
Man, all I can say is we got 7 very dedicated couples who are willing to do just about anything, but now it's going to be up to you to choose who gets our dream wedding.
So what we'd like you to do is go to our website at today.msnbc.com. Cast your vote for the couple you think did the best. You have until Monday at 5 p.m. to put that vote in, and we're going to give you the results next Wednesday right here on Today. Meanwhile, before we go any further and get run over by this crowd, how about a check of the weather?
All right, let's go down and see what they're talking about here. The big Chris Brown fans. Wow, so you love Chris Brown? Yeah? Yes? I think that's a yes. I'm not sure. Let's check your weather, see what's going on. We'll show you for Saturday. Severe storms in the plains. Beautiful here in the Northeast. We got hot weather out west. Then Sunday. More severe storms in the Midwest. We're looking at sunny skies to the Northeast, showers and thunderstorms to the Southeast, and hot weather in the Northwest all the way down in the California coast. That's what's going on around the country. Here's what's happening in your neck of the woods.
It's a Friday morning, a gray start to the day over at the Embarcadero Resort in Newport. And we're going to see some sun along the coast later on, but the breeze will also pick up. And partly sunny is what we're going to call it in the Willamette Valley. A lot of clouds around now, and they'll actually take their sweet time burning off. A high of just 76 degrees today. But then we do warm it up over the weekend. I've been promising this, and the weekend warm-up's on track. 82 for a high on your Saturday. Sunday looks like 88 and sunshine.
Over here. And now back to the man who's actually going to be a backup dancer for Chris Brown.
I'm way too old. Al, thank you very much. When we come back making the right money choices at any stage in your life. And then, Mikey, head to the stage. We're going to have Chris Brown up there, the teen singing sensation in a live summer concert. But first, this is Today on NBC.
Make your recliner a better place to live with Comcast Digital Cable. Dad gets the best in home theater entertainment with 100% digital picture and sound. That's over 100 choice channels and a full library of free movies on demand. His old dish didn't offer that. It even comes with 46 commercial-free music stations and parental controls that keep him in charge. And he pays just $33 a month for up to 12 months. Comcast, the power of one.
Nice shot.
Join me, Peter Jacobson, along with Lauren Roberts, Craig Stadler, and Tom Watson at the 2006 Geldwin Tradition, presented by Umpqua Bank, August 21st through the 27th.
Here are the pictures I downloaded of my new granddaughter. Dial-up, huh?
I tried to call you last night, but kept getting a busy signal. Nice. Dial-up.
Dial-up holding you back? Get Quest high-speed internet for just $26.99 a month. Get this low price for life, free activation, and a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. All for just $26.99 a month. Call today and get Quest's new price for life guarantee. That's our spirit of service.
Kaiser Permanente. Thrive.
Today's Money is brought to you by LendingTree.com. When banks compete, you win.
This morning on Today's Money, what's the smartest financial move you can make? Actually, that's a trick question because it all depends on how old you are.
We went out to see how financial priorities shift over time.
I'm 21, and my major concern would be going to college, getting enough money together so I can finish school and starting my career.
I'm 25. My major financial concern is just getting enough money so I can pay off my student loans.
We're both 30. Most of our concerns are saving for our children for college and for our retirement.
My age is 48. And probably the major financial concerns is getting kids through college and maybe having some money left over when my wife and I get up to that age to where we hope we can retire.
I'm 50 and I still don't have enough retirement savings. I'm behind other people in the same profession who've been working at their jobs longer.
I'm 64.
And I'm 62. And my concern is the cost of health care.
We just retired about a month ago. And the thing we're worried about is if we're going to live for another 30 years, let's say, perhaps we'll outlive our money.
Today's financial editor, Jean Chasky, is here with some financial advice for all ages. Jean, good morning.
Good morning to you.
You know, what's really great about this segment is you're talking about making it very simple. Let's break it down. Let's start with the 20s. You basically say save whatever you can.
That's right. We're going to blow away today, aren't we? In your 20s, money that you've managed to save has so many years to grow for the future. It's like saving $1, thank you, saving $1 in your 20s is the same as saving, 50 cents or 25. It gets you so far ahead of the game. So save it, put it away, let it grow.
No matter how small it is.
Yeah,
and
even
also
if you can only start by $25.
Avoid debt as well, and that's a very important thing. And I think especially with young people today, the credit cards are so ubiquitous. Everybody wants them. They use them, overuse them, really.
Right. We heard a lot of people in that tape talk about their student loans, paying off their student loans. Don't worry about the student loans.
What?
Pay them off over time. You have to keep paying, but they're low interest rates. You pay them off over time. In the 20s, you want to be really careful about taking on more credit card debt. Credit card debt is so many times more expensive than student loans, and often people don't recognize that there's a difference.
Okay, so do that in your 20s. Now moving on to your 30s. In your 30s, you really need to be thinking about your retirement.
That's right.
And so you want to fund some sort of retirement account.
Right. You should be participating in a 401k plan if you have one available at work. If you don't have one available, you should open a Roth IRA or a traditional IRA, or if you're self-employed, a SEP plan or a KEO plan. And you should be trying to get to the point where you're maxing out, because again, you're fairly young, your money's going to have a lot of time to work for you and grow.
And also you say you need to budget wisely. I mean, this is really interesting. In both the 20s and 30s, you're telling people to do exactly what they don't do.
Right.
Which is to put money away, don't spend too much. Because what your point is that if you put that money in now, when you're young, it's going to really pay off towards the end.
So much later on. And your 30s is a decade where you're spending and spending and spending. You want to get married and go on a honeymoon and buy a house and have a child, typically. Those things cost a lot of money. So you have to look at the numbers, know what you have coming in, what you have going out, and where it's going.
You also say now moving on to the 40s, you need to focus on your investments.
Right. You want to fine-tune that investment portfolio so that you make sure you have the right mix of stocks and bonds. You're getting close enough to retirement that you want to start taking a little bit less risk as you get older, and really make sure that you're rebalancing along the way so that if the market takes a dive, you don't get totally killed.
And you want to take financial steps to protect your family as well.
Right. Now, anybody who is a parent and has a child should have a will immediately, but a lot of people don't. And so you want to make sure you have all those protections in place. A will, guardians for your kids, life insurance, disability insurance where it's appropriate. And as you get to the end of your 40s, it's time to start shopping for long-term care insurance, not only for you, but for your parents, so that you don't get killed by your or their health care costs later on.
In your 50s, you say, use catch-up opportunities. Like what? What are we talking about here?
The IRS has provisions to allow people, once they pass the age of 50, to shove more money in those retirement accounts. If you feel like you're behind, by all means, use them. Put the extra $5,000 a year into your 401k, the extra $1,000 into your IRAs can make a huge difference later on.
You also say in your 50s you need to put retirement over college. But you know, a lot of people, that's really hard for them to do. They want to make sure their kids go to college.
It's really, really hard for people to do, but you got to remember, I say this again and again, there is no financial aid for retirement. There is financial aid for college. So you got to be careful about pulling money out of your retirement accounts or stopping funding your retirement accounts in order to pay for college. Borrowing may be the smarter move.
Moving on to the 60s and beyond, you say evaluate your retirement options.
You need to understand what it's going to cost you to live the retirement that you want to live. Are you going to continue to work like many people do? Are you going to start a new business? Are you going to trade down in a house and put some money away from that big house?
Some of those are unknowns, though. You don't know whether you're going to continue to work.
Well, you can basically, by the time you hit your 60s, have a sense that you're really not ready to slow down. So you need to really look at the numbers and run the budget, and a financial planner may be necessary to help you do those things.
And you also say form a withdrawal strategy?
We spend so much time talking about putting money in and into those retirement accounts and not enough time talking about having a smart way to withdraw the money. Important to keep the number 4% in your mind. Once you start withdrawing money from those retirement accounts, if you can keep your withdrawals to 4% a year of your balance at a maximum, there's a really good chance your money will live as long as you do.
Jean Chaskey trying to help us with our money so we can live the lives we want. Thanks so much, Jean. And if you want more of Jean's money tips, you can find them on our website at today.msnbc.com. Up next, Chris Brown live in concert. But first, this is Today on NBC.
I didn't think your voice would give me this far. God did it fast.
3 cheers for back-to-school savings at Shoe Pavilion. These fashion athletic shoes for women and girls are just $19.99. Top brand shoes like these sell elsewhere for more than double the price. So hurry to Shoe Pavilion. Why pay more?
They're the next generation. They have extraordinary powers, secret identities, and...
Come on, wake up.
A curfew.
How tired can you guys be? Somebody brush his teeth.
This summer, when the training ends...
Nice toss, Cindy. Why don't you get a juice box and a Rice Krispie treat?
They'll face their greatest threat.
Hope you got Normie behind you.
Tim Allen is back.
Come on, guys.
In the family adventure of the summer.
Tucker! Yeah!
Soon, rated PG.
Why tear up your bathroom to get a beautiful bath when all you have to do is call Rebath? Rebath installs acrylic bathtubs and wall surrounds over your old bathtub and walls in just 1 day. No tear out, no mess, no inconvenience. Rebath's 1-day stress-free patented installation is covered by a lifetime manufacturer's warranty and has made Rebath the country's largest bath remodeler. Just call 1-800-BATHTUB today for your free in-home estimate. Rebath, the refreshing remodel.
Had a big house.
Well, I wish we had an affordable house.
Ours?
Find your perfect place. It's easy with RE/MAX. RE/MAX agents have the experience you can count on to make your dreams a reality. Nobody sells more real estate than RE/MAX.
Shoe Pavilion's gone to great lengths to bring you our best-selling boot at a great price. These boots sell elsewhere for $79.99, but at Shoe Pavilion, they're just $39.99. Perk up your wardrobe at Shoe Pavilion. Why pay more?
Toyota Concert Series on Today. Choose any direction as long as it's moving forward. Toyota, moving forward.
He was discovered at the age of 13 at a gas station where his father worked. Now he is a platinum recording artist. He knows how to draw a crowd, and he knows how to make an entrance. Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Brown.
It is an honor to introduce the future of R&B. His name is Chris Brown.
12 rounds to do it, turn around, I'm gonna the whole world to give it up. 'Cause baby, you're a winner, didn't even take you 12 rounds to do it. Got the title now, I'ma tell the whole world to give it up for my girl. Oh, yeah. like it. I tell her what the young boy gon' do. Dang them chicks with you. Cause they with the kick that sick that need to be in. So tell me what y'all gon' do. I got friends and you got friends. They hop out and you hop in. Ooh. I look out and they lock in. The way you drop makes me wanna rock. I got friends and you got friends. They hop out and you hop in. And I look fly and they lock in. And the way you drop makes me wanna rock. Is your man on the floor? If he ain't, let me know. Let me see if you can run it, run it. Girl, indeed I can run it, run it. Is your man on the floor? If he ain't, let me know. Let me see if you can run it, run it. Girl, indeed I can run it, run it. Come here. You see, girl, I can set you up. My ain't gonna slow down. I can show you things. Now once I get in, you won't let go. I have the girl to share it with you. I know you heard about me. I got friends and you got friends. They hop out and you hop in. I look out and they lock in. The way you drop makes me wanna pop. I got friends and you got friends. They hop out and you hop in. I look out and they lock in. And the way you drop. Everybody sing the song. Is your man on the floor? If he ain't, let me know. Let me know. You can run it, run it. Girl, indeed I can run it, run it. Is your man on the floor? If he ain't, let me know. Let me see if you can run it, run it. Girl, indeed I can run it. Take him to the bridge. Girl, you feel right. Make me feel like I won't lie. 'Cause I know. And the way that you win and win it. You're the hottest thing that's in the streets. Baby, won't you ride me? Is your man on the floor? If he ain't, let me know. Let me see if you can run it, run it. Girl, indeed I can run it, run it. Is your man on the floor? If he ain't, let me know. Let me see if you can run it, run it. Girl, indeed I can run it, run it.
Warm it up, Chris. 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 Chris Brown. We'll have more music from Chris Brown straight ahead, but first on a Friday morning, this is Today on NBC.
Celebrating our one-year anniversary, Ashley Furniture Home Store in Salem. For a limited time, get no interest till 2009. Plus, visit our spacious showroom and shop for over 15,000 accessories. Ashley Furniture Home Store, in style and in reach.
When we think about pink, we like to think about baby girls. Sisters and daughters, cousins and nieces, wives and mothers. That's why you can't think about pink and not think about the struggle. And that's why BedMart is donating a portion of every purchase of a King Koa mattress set to the Susan G. Komen Foundation. Because the sooner we find a cure, the sooner we can get back to the way we like to think about pink.
You have watched the hit TV show So You Think You Can Dance. Now see the finalists perform live on stage for the first time. Come see your favorite dancers. Allison, Benji, Dimitri, Danielle, Heidi, Ivan, Martha, Natalie, Ryan, and Travis. The finalists from So You Think You Can Dance live.
September 13th, Arlene Schnitzer Hall. Reserved seats are on sale this Saturday morning at 10 at all Ticketmaster outlets, the PCPA box office, charged by phone or online. Produced by AEG Live.
No. No.
The name Chris Brown from Virginia, ask about me, they'll tell you I'm a
If you don't know him, your kids sure do. Here's Chris Brown with Gimme That.
Put your hands up! Put your hands up! Put your hands up! Ooh. Cause you speaking that slang that I talk. That's sexy to vote with that walk. Maybe the reason that all these teenies may never see me. Give me that. You be talking like you like what I got. Give me that. I know you like it how I lead and I like you could be in the back saying give me, give me, give me. Give me that. You be talking like you like what I got. Give me that. I know you like it how I lead and I like you could be in the back saying give me, give me, give me. Ma, take a break and explain to you what your body got a young boy ready to do. If you take a chance and let me put them things on you, I can show you where I make them straight. Hey, in school, I'm a hustler. Just my frame and names got you thinking that I'm just too young. Turn your page. I can pick up her sweets and ladies. Look who put you on the phone. Give me my name. Oh. Give me that. You be talking like you like what I got. Give me that. I know you like it how I lead and I like you to be in the back saying give me, give me, give me. Oh. Girl, you're serious and I've been watching you. It's what your body said. Hey, hey. It's what your body said. Hey. 3 years older. You could be in the back. You could be in the back. Too hot. You be talking like you like what I got. I know you like it how I in the you could be in the give me, give me, give me.
We'll be back on a Friday morning to talk to Chris. But first, these messages in your local news.
Summer is heating up, and so are the Savings Official's annual store-wide sale and clearance, August 11th through the 14th. Our entire inventory of patio furniture has been red tagged for summer clearance. Teak, cast, outdoor wicker, and umbrellas. It's all on sale. Also, take an additional 10% off indoor furnishings and accessories. Officials, contemporary furnishings for your home and patio. In Portland at the east end of the Burnside Bridge, and in Beaverton at Tannisbourne.
Columbia Credit Union, open to anyone who lives or works in Southwest Washington.
This is a News Channel 8 update.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Brenda Braxton, along with Debbie Duran. Here's what's happening. The race for Oregon's governor is down a candidate. Independent State Senator Ben Westland announced he's dropping out of the race. He says he doesn't want to take votes away from Governor Ted Kulongoski, giving Republican challenger Ron Saxton a win.
At the beginning of this campaign, I made a commitment to the people of Oregon that I was in it to win it, and that I absolutely would not play a spoiler role.
Westland has yet to give his official support to either candidate. Time now to check our Friday weather forecast. Here's Bruce Sussman.
Well, thanks a lot, Brenda. We're at the beginning of a warm-up. Saturday will be warmer than today, and Sunday is going to be a hot and sunny day. But before we get there, we need to talk about your Friday. We're starting out cool, some places in the 40s this morning, partly sunny skies later on, and 76 degrees for a high temperature. Now, the 7-day forecast, we crank it up tomorrow to 82 with morning clouds and afternoon sun, and then Sunday, a high of 88 degrees, should be sunshine from start to finish on Sunday. By the way, with our clearing skies coming up, be sure to keep an eye on the skies at night. The Perseid meteors, that meteor shower peaks this weekend. Brenda, back to you.
Thank you, Bruce. We'll be back at 9:26 with another local news update. Hope you can join us. Have a good Friday.
Can you build the best blizzard? Hundreds of people submitted their recipes. Now it's up to you. Join us at the Do Action Sports Tour August 17th through 20th and vote for your favorite. You decide who will star in a DQ commercial and win blizzards for a year.
Saturday, it's Myron Frank Macy's one-day sale. Juniors get all your must-haves for under $25. Shop early for morning specials until 1 p.m. Shop Saturday and save store-wide. Myron Frank Macy's. Way to shop.
The son of a police officer, Mike Erickson learned the value of honesty, hard work, and helping others. Erickson used these values to build a business into one of the fastest-growing companies in America. Today, hundreds of companies come to Mike Erickson for help in cutting costs and operating more efficiently. Mike Erickson, successful businessman, community leader, problem solver, and just what we need to bring real change to Congress.
I'm Mike Erickson, and I approve this message.
And it's killing me. Right time.
Ever notice that stores rarely put their most popular products on sale? Well, for a limited time, Sleep Country's best-selling mattresses are all on sale. Save on Sleep Country's top-selling Simmons, Sealy, Spring Air, and Pacific mattresses. Even our best-selling Beauty Rest and Posturepedic mattresses are on sale. Plus, get 12 months interest-free financing. The best sellers on sale for a limited time. Guaranteed comfort, best selection, lowest price.
Why buy a mattress anywhere else?
Maria Bergman's Nature Valley. Lost Horse Creek, Bitterroot Range, Montana. Where's yours? 100% natural, whole grains, delicious. Nature Valley Granola Bars, the energy bar nature intended.
From soup to nuts and everything in between. Cooking with Junkie. Fridays at noon and Saturday mornings on News Channel 8.
Sponsored by Standard TV and Appliances.
And we're back in the final hour of today on this Friday morning, the 11th day of August 2006. And you're looking at a lot of smiling faces because these people were just turned on to a great concert from the hottest R&B singer on the planet right now, Chris Brown. And he joins us here on stage. Hey, Chris, good morning. Good to see you.
Good morning.
So, man, talk about some of the things that have been said about you already. They're comparing you to Michael Jackson and Usher, and you say, you know what? I don't want to be the next whoever, right?
Yeah, I just want to be me. Just do me completely.
But do you think those are compliments when people compare you?
Yeah, definitely. They're compliments all the way because those artists have done things to just be better in their careers. So hopefully I can be better and elevate in my career like right now.
Well, I think you definitely did in your
Thank you.
dancing, but I think, you know, the thing is, we come to these concerts pretty much every week, and there's an intensity that your fans are feeling for you. And I think to some degree, it's because of your sheer talent. And where did you learn how to do this? Although I'm sorry I did it like I just did. Where did you learn how to do this?
Well, I always was dancing since I was maybe, 9 or 10.
No lessons?
Well, even like 2. I was dancing in front of the TV, just moving, but no lessons at all. Natural singing, natural dancing.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, what's amazing is you look in the crowd, they're 4-year-olds to 24-year-olds. I mean, you stand the game. How do you do that? How do you relate to them?
For the most part, just be myself and just show people that it's cool to be who you are. Just dance, sing, have fun with who you are, personality-wise, everything.
That's a great advice, I think, for anyone. Our parents are always telling us to be who we are, but how are you dealing with this adulation, Chris? I mean, how are you handling it?
Ever since I was little, I liked a lot of attention, so I'm loving this.
So 17 years old, Chris, and if you do a kind of unscientific survey here, I see a lot of young ladies in the crowd.
Oh, yeah.
So how long do you think you can stay a normal teenager?
Mentally, forever. Like, be myself. Like, stay a humble dude, same guy. But the girls got me in a frenzy right now.
Chris, be careful. Your mom is right over there.
Oh, yeah, mom over there.